Hey everybody, it's Jana Bresenden here, and this is my second installment of my current mission to share my story in raw, vulnerable, and embarrassingly real ways, with the hopes of letting you know that you're not alone and that your stories matter. And I hope to do that by sharing my story. So, if you jump onto this chat and want to say hello, I'd love to see your name in there and just a thumbs up to let me know. Hey, Mike. Um, so, first of all, I just wanted to thank everyone for your amazing support in all the videos and comments and messages that I got after sharing parts of my story yesterday. I want you to know that you touched my heart. Hey, G. Um, and especially for the people who sent me messages and decided to share their story with me. I just want you to know that I basically spent the entire morning crying over how much we've all been through and how honored I feel that you were brave enough to share with me. So thank you for that. And I had a really great question from a friend yesterday, and he was asking me, why did you decide to share today? And the thing I want everyone to know is that even though I share these stories with you and they're really raw and real because they matter to me, I've had a lot of years to process what has happened with Tim and like a lot of time to decide how I'm going to rebuild my life again. And I want you to know that we've built a beautiful life, the kids and I. We have an amazing family and network, our community, our schools. The kids are all student athletes, and we're doing great. We're doing fine. But I realized a couple weeks ago that fine is kind of making me crazy. I'm ready to do more than fine. And the way that I hope to do that, hey Vu and Dawn, oh my God, it's so good to see you guys. So the way that I'm trying to get out of the crazy of being fine is to share these stories and finally turn them into something of service. I've spent a lot of years taking care of myself and being okay with the fact that the life I had before is over. And so now I'm hoping that by sharing these stories with you, they will serve you as you're building your own lives. So the thing I wanted to share with you today is that you are becoming a masterpiece, even if you don't feel like it right now. So there was a really great song that I found when Tim had just been diagnosed with brain cancer. It's by Stephen Curtis Chapman, and it's called God is God. If you have a chance, I literally just found it on YouTube again today with the lyrics. And so I think that was really the beginning of this message that I got, because part of the lyrics say, God is God and I am not. I can only see a part of the picture he's painting. God is God and I am man. So I'll never understand, but only God is God. And I think that was the first time when I got to be okay with saying, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know what I'm going to do. But it's really freeing to be able to say that. And I don't have to know. I just have to be. I just have to make my way through this. So I went to a Rob Bell event, who's a great spiritual teacher. If you have a chance, he has a podcast, if you ever read any of his books. But it was about 6 weeks after Tim died. And I went to this event called Drops Like Stars. And he was sharing about suffering and how it connects people and kind of what we can do with it. And something that he described that really hit home for me was the fact that beautiful creations need both light and dark. Like if you were to look at an amazing painting and all the colors were bright and everything was light and loud and shouting at you, you wouldn't like it. And you might not even know why. You would just know that something wasn't right. And that's because in paintings, you need both light and shadow to make things pop and to make them beautiful. That's just how the world works. The other example was something like music. You can't just have loud soloists all the time playing continuous notes. I mean, the things that make music beautiful is the fact that there's a rest, which means there's silence, there's nothing. Or you change in tempo, like sometimes it's fast and sometimes it's slow. But the thing that really hit me was when he shared about the statue David, Michelangelo's masterpiece. And when people asked him, how did you make that beautiful masterpiece? What he said was, I just looked at the piece of granite and I cut away the things that didn't belong. David was already in the stone. And so, like I said, it was just a few weeks after Tim died, and a lot of details about that time are really hazy. And a friend had invited me and driven me there. But what I do remember is laying in the back seat of the car on the way home and just crying my eyeballs out because it hit me that I didn't know why Tim was taken from me. But I was convinced that I was still going to be made into a masterpiece. That was just one of the parts that had to be taken so that my life could be whatever it's going to be. So when you think about your life and the things that hurt and the things that tear you down, I hope this helps you to realize that it's part of making you into a masterpiece too. So I want you to know that your stories matter to me, that I want to hear them. And for everybody who's on there, I got a message from Kara, a dear friend from kind of long ago in my spiritual journey. And she told me that recently she's been diagnosed with several different cancers at the same time, in her liver, possibly in her breast. She's supposed to find out more information later today. And I hope it's okay if I ask you to pray for her. I know I'm going to. Hopefully we'll be able to spend time with her. But I know that I would have never heard that story unless I started sharing. So if there is anyone else who is feeling like they have a story to share and you're not sure who to share it with, I just want you to know that I want to hear it. You can message me or private message me on Facebook. You can get me by my email. It's hello@jannabressenden.com. And I just want you to know that you're going to be heard and seen, and that your story matters. So my goal is to be here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon, and I hope to see you next time.